let's get some analysis with Yasuhiro Matsumoto, senior analyst at Shinsei Securities in Tokyo. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Yasuhiro. Let's first of all ask you what your reaction was to that better than expected growth in industrial production.
But still that is a little surprise to me. And yeah, of course, that current announcement of that Japan's output bring the national economic growth back to the right track. But still that small growth remain with the margin of error. And still we have some concern on the slowing Asian demand for the exporting from Japan. And also that the expiry of that government subsidy for new car purchase in Japan will expire by the end of next month. So I think there are more concern than positive things at this point. So I think that I cannot take the full face of that little growth for that Japan production figure for the last month.
Yeah, but on the face of it, I'm just saying on the face of it here, Yasuhiro, it does seem like the strength of the yen is not really stopping these companies from, increasing production as we've seen from these numbers. And, if it continues, is it just a situation where, well, they cry foul, but they're not going to be making that much of a difference to their bottom line?
Well, actually, of course, so far the Japanese country as a whole sees some growth in auto production here. But I think that that's because of many Japanese large makers have shut down the overseas operation to cope with that recent decline in overseas global demand. But since we are facing that strong Japanese yen, so I think Japanese automakers they try to replace the domestic production export from Japan to that overseas production. So sooner or later, we see some drop in the domestic production.
Okay, so that's a real and present danger that happens. But given that, I mean, at what point does it really begin to hurt? I mean, the yen at 80, the yen at 75, or the yen at current levels? Mm-hmm.
Well, I think if we keep the current exchange rate something like 80 to 84 or something like that, I think the next 6 months or so, the Japanese company is rapidly shifting to overseas production. So of course, for this year, the country will see that 10 million new car production, but from next year on, I think it is not possible to maintain the high level of the domestic production for new autos. I think that sooner or later, the Japanese country as a whole will see a large dive.
Yasuhiro, thank you so much for joining us. Yasuhiro Matsumoto there from Shinsei Securities.